Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to ChriswithaC. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today. Midweek Showdown, guys. I told you it was going to be a thing. This is episode number, is it 3 or 4? Three, I think. Hobao SSTE. Now, we were up here the other day, obviously, with Gareth and Matthew. If you go back on the previous video, you'll actually see the run we had. Now, the Hobao, I'm really impressed with the performance, but I am having a few issues where the car wants to come up all the time. So I've done a few changes to the car, and I'm hoping this will actually dial the car in a little bit more, because I am going up for a final run on Saturday with some friends at Pant. And I'm hoping that basically the car, I can actually get the power in. No, I'm not competitive, I promise. No, I like my cars to be very controllable, whereas I'm finding when it comes in on a power band, the front end of the car wants to kind of come up. I mean, I'm getting halfway through the rev range and all of a sudden she lifts up in the air, and then I've got back off the power. Now I know this car has definitely got a lot more to give, but I'm having issues with getting that actual power down in the first place. So anyway, I'll stop bumping my gums. Let's put the head cam on. We'll talk over what I've done and we'll go from here. So come on then. Right guys, so welcome back. Thank you very much obviously for joining me on the video. Midweek Shakedown, guys. So I've done a few changes on the vehicle, and last time when we ran the vehicle, what I was noticing is the back end of the car squats down and then wants to lift the front end of the car up. And basically when I'm kind of layering in the power, trying to get it to accelerate, the car's coming up sort of mid throttle and then just wanted to stay on its back wheels, which, you know, obviously if I want this to go quick, isn't very good. Now I am having sort of problems in that sense. So what I thought about it a little bit, and what I've actually done here is I've added some preload to the rear of the shocks. Now what I'll actually do is, you know, cause the car to come up, back up quicker and level itself back out. But on the other hand, what I've actually done is thickened up the front shocks as well, because again, on braking, the car's dipping down on the front, and then it's essentially bunny hopping it back up quite quickly. So I've gone with I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 600 CST that's normally in these vehicles in the front. So what I've actually done is put 800 in there, and just slightly loosened off a little bit of preload, not a lot, but just basically so the front end of the car does return, and as you can see, returns nice and level, the arms are nice and straight, but it comes up a little bit slower, which in theory should cause the back end not to go down as quickly, because as you can see, the weight balance is shifted towards the rear of the car then. And then, but then with the preload on the shocks, fingers crossed, then that should actually make the car kind of settle itself back out. Now, it's only a theory. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a run here today on my shakedown run. We have also got as well, let me just find it for you. I have also got a program card with me today, so if I'm finding it's still doing this, what I might do is actually tune the SE slightly and just take a little bit of the punch out. Now it is only running stock punch. A lot of this, I'm putting it down to this motor. This motor is, honestly guys, these original BLX motors have got so much guts in them. 22 pinion, as we mentioned previously, so I haven't changed any gearing and I haven't changed any fluids. Now we've dealt with the ballooning on the front end by tuning the differential, but other than that, all I've done is a bit of shock tuning, fingers crossed. Now what I could essentially do with the rear is, where you got your shock positions here, I could make them lay down onto the bottom slot, so the rear end of the car is harder to push down altogether. It's just basically physics. If they're standing upright, they're easy to compress. If they're laying down more, they're harder to compress. So there is that option as well. I'm going to stop the video by here. We'll chuck a battery in and we'll go from there. Right, okay, so battery's in the car. Just make sure we've got it all sorted. Make sure I've got the handset right. You see, straight away I need to change it to Hobao. So I do like these handsets actually. It's not for everyone, but I quite like them. Yeah, we got battery power, so that's good. Fingers crossed you should enjoy this as well. I hope you're enjoying the channel, guys. I want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. You far exceeded my expectations in the community. Basically this little community you've got going with the channel is absolutely amazing. As far as the plans for the year, I was hoping to get to 1,000, but it looks like we're actually well past that, so I'm quite chuffed. Right, okay, let's get this car going, shall we? As I say, all on 4S. Oop, bunny rabbit ears, tuck them in, so they're all in. So fingers crossed we should dial in some of this. It could just be down to the tyres as well, mate. Oh, a nice little slide going on there. The punch in these batteries, man, is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, it's definitely one's a wheelie, I think, this car. So quick, honestly. And it flies so straight. Now if you compare this, how controllable this car is in comparison to the MT8, honestly, it's a completely different car. I'm going to stop the video 2 seconds. Right, okay, so just waiting for a gentleman to collect his dog. He's playing up, as you can see, over in the corner. Want to make sure, obviously, don't get anywhere near pets and animals and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to hurt them in any shape or form. But yeah, give me a second, guys. You've done some changes to the car, obviously. You're trying to keep the back end down. Let's see if I can actually nail the throttle a little bit. No, it still wants to go up. I don't know what it is, brother. As you can see, still wants to lift up halfway through. I think it's mainly down to the tyres. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Can't dial in the suspension at all. Walk a shame, walk a shame. Yeah, so suspension changes haven't really made any difference at all, to be honest with you. Still wants to come up. It's halfway through the power band on the motor, so as you're basically getting through the sort of mid revs, the power is kind of building up even more and more, and then straight away he wants to lift it up. Now we have got a little bit of a breeze coming forward, obviously off the mountains here, Now I don't think it's down to that, but yeah, if I could work it out. As you can see, those, I think it's down to the front wheels ballooning like mad. She's still rapid. Just wish I could dial in that front end a little bit more. If you can see it on video, maybe I need to do a little bit more diff tuning, go thicker on the diff again. So what's happening is obviously that front end is ballooning up terrible, so maybe what I need to do is tune the diffs or something. I'm not quite sure, but I've gone 250, which is obviously a lot thicker than what the stock is. The stock they recommended about 100. The initial punch, oh. Check the temps. Yeah, so she goes well. Right, okay, so yeah, I can't dial the back end of the car in, guys. Excuse the break. I was talking to a gentleman, he was obviously asking about the car and stuff, but yeah, even on tarmac it seems to want to chuck that front end up. No, I really clutching at straws now really on which way to go with this. Now if I thicken up the centre diff, what's going to happen? Essentially, you're spinning up all four wheels, so I did kind of want it to have a little bit of movement for controllability on corners and stuff like that, but it's just a, well, don't get me wrong, the car is pretty controllable as soon as I get on full power. So I'm thinking it's definitely tyres. Now, if you've got any suggestions with tyres, something that isn't going to balloon as much as it is, whoop, that's a curb. That's a curb again. Again, really slippery. Now the rain's starting to come down. Whoop. But yeah, some tyres wise, something that oh my god, note to self, Chris, careful on the throttle. So yeah, so I've got a kind of, it's a funny one really, because like I say, as soon as I get on that power, that front end is just ballooning up. Now I am seeing the front wheels balloon. Yeah, I don't know how can I solve this, guys. Please answer in the comments if you're watching the video. I'd love to know your thoughts on which way to go with it. Really would love to know which way to go with it. I mean, what I could do here is possibly try changing the punch down a second. Maybe, I'll tell you what, let's give that a go, shall we? So I'll pause the video here, we'll get the programming card out and let's take a little bit of punch out. Right, okay, so as you can see, I have actually got the program card plugged in. I've got the table by here, guys. I did download it. So it's looking like that basically we want to change for punch. It comes with level 5, so let's see if we can drop it down to level 4. So it's table 4 and then option 4. So let's turn the car on. So as you can see, card will then, fingers crossed, is it gonna, no, maybe I've got the wire the wrong way around, so bear with me. Just swap the cable around. It might be this way. Alright, let's try again. No, I did have it right the first time around. So yeah, I just need to swap this cable about. A little program port on the top of the ESC. Right, let's try again. Are we going to get any readings? Have I got it right? It's a weird one actually. Okay, have I got it right? So, black wire this end, black wire this end, like so. For some reason it's now not reading the program card. Let's try again. So signal on that side. Okay, so we got lights, that's good. Let's turn it back on. There you go, right, okay, better. So option 4, and then change that down to number 4, and then click OK. So that's now programmed in. Turn the car off. Connect the fan back in. Like so. Okay, so that's now got punch level 4, so it'll be a bit less punch, but we should still see the top end absolutely fine. What I wanted to do is basically the punch not to come in as hard as it is, which is, you know, first world problem, guys. In all fairness, it's awfully nice to have too much punch, I suppose, than not enough, especially when you've built something. I mean, if I was having not enough power here, I'd be less than happy. Right, okay, so turn the car back on. Yeah, it's reading the battery, so that's good. Pop that back in and put this back in my bag a second, like so. Okay, I'm just going to adjust the camera. Bear with me. There you go. So we should have, that's absolutely fine. Let's see how we get on now. So a little bit less punch, which is still probably more than enough. And I'm wondering, it is very slippery. Let's bring a car back on the field in a second. Okay, let's give it a run on the field, shall we? Yeah, no, I don't think this is going to make much difference, because the punch really would affect the car from the start rather than halfway down the power band. Well, it's a little bit better. No, see, straight away, as soon as I get halfway through that throttle curve, yeah, it just wants to chuck our front end up terrible. Yeah, so I mean, I've taken away a little bit of punch, but let's go back out on the concrete, shall we? As I'm more I'm driving the car, the more I'm getting used to how to control it, and Whoa, that's a fence. I think in the summertime I should be a little bit better, because at the moment I'm getting loads of grip. Whoa, that was a nice to go around that corner then. Oh, bloody gate. Oh, on the brakes. So yeah, I mean, just feeling the ESC and everything. Fan's alright. It does feel like it keeps going into thermal shutdown as well. Now I have got another option I can play with, which is the timing. I could leave the punch as it is and actually play with the timing a little bit. Now if you look on the table, let's have a look at the table here, shall we? Where are we to? Right there. So in there you do have where are we to? Timing, advanced items, timing. So the car comes at 15%. Now I could essentially drop it down a little bit, because what's happening, if you think about it, is the power band's coming in, and maybe that advanced timing is causing the car to come up. But yeah, maybe I'm clutching at straws here. I think it's probably more down to tyres, but I don't know. I wish I could just solve it, because she's a fun truck. She's definitely a fun truck. I don't think that's, surely that's not the battery cut off. Right, so giving the car a little bit of a chance to breathe. Yeah, I don't think I'm on a flat battery. Let's just check it out. Yeah, well, maybe it is a flat battery, guys. Yeah, battery does seem to be a little bit low. Let's just check the connections and everything. Fans seem to be spinning up a little bit slower as well. Yeah, I think that battery's actually decided there's no longer charge. That's a shame. Okay, right. Excuse the brutal take the camera off. I think that's possibly the end of the run here. I will check this battery, because the fans seem to be slowing down and stuff as well, so it does tell me that it's actually got a low voltage there. Right, I'm not sure where to go with this now. That front end just doesn't want to stay down. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm getting halfway through the power range, and the front end of the car is just wanting to creep up. Now, yeah, I'm thinking this is probably tyres. Tyres more than anything. I've done shock tuning. I could maybe add a little bit more angle to the shocks on the rear, but not a lot of it is making any sense, if that makes sense. So I mean, I've seen Robbie's, whether it's a case of, I don't know, maybe Robbie's car, the power, the way it comes in is a little bit different. I'm using a completely different ESC. Guys, if you've got any answers, Midweek Showdown, this is what it's all for. Please let me know in the comments, and then obviously I can apply that to the actual vehicle. I want to thank each and every one of you obviously for watching the channel, guys. All right, I'm going to do one more video before Christmas. In the meantime, I want to thank you obviously for all you've done over the past year. It's been absolutely amazing. Merry Christmas in advance, and keep watching, obviously keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing, check the box for more videos, and until next time, guys, absolutely stay awesome. Thanks, guys.